Our next guest has written for titles like Sons of Anarchy, Secret Avengers, Batman and Robin Eternal, his self-published series Murder Book, and for Image he's written and co-written Sheltered, The Field. Please welcome Ed Brisson, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, and you got it right, Brisson. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, thanks. Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, and I'm hitting on all cylinders this morning.
All right.
So I want to get right into it because later on this month, you have a new Iron Fist series coming out.
That's right. Yep.
And this takes place after the 2014-2015 Iron Fist, the Living Legend series.
That's right. Yeah. With Kari Andrews' Living Weapon, that was ended with sort of Kunlun laying in flames.
Yes.
And
nearly destroyed.
Yeah, and so we just kind of pick up not too long after that with with Danny sort of having some issues. Getting in touch with his chi and sort of igniting his Iron Fist and sort of out on a quest to try and find out basically what the hell's going on and why is this happening and just kind of blindly searching for answers. He can't go back to Kunlun because it doesn't appear on our plane. It only appears once every 10 years, and it's not within that 10-year window. So he's just trying to figure it out on his own without really. It's one of those things where he's trying to find answers without really knowing where to look and how to ask the right questions, and we sort of just follow him as he starts discovering how to potentially.
Okay.
Get back
Now
in
you
touch.
could have started Iron Fist anyway. Why did you pick that particular point to start the storyline with?
I like the idea that where Kari had ended it with the Kunlun laying being destroyed, and all that sort of chaos, and I felt like it's a good place to start him out, and he's, he is the champion of Kunlun. He's supposed to be the guy to protect it, and is laying in ruins, and that's got to affect him psychologically, and now with his powers seeming to flicker and falter a little bit. I just thought it just seemed like a good place to start him out at, and
All right.
have him go on this sort of self-discovery quest almost, because for him, he's been Iron Fist for so long. This is what he's been training for since he was 10. So if he loses that, who is he then, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure that out and desperately try not to lose his own identity.
Yeah. Do you find right now, because there's so many different versions of Iron Man out there, right? Iron Fist, out there right now. Like the Power Man Iron Fist, it's more of a silly Danny, and then you have the kick-ass Danny. Where does your Iron Fist fall in that broad spectrum of writers who take a different take on this character?
I think tonally the book is more serious. Because the other thing is the Power Man and Iron Fist book that's going on right now is a great book.
Yeah,
and it's a funny book too. But
I'm not ragging on it, by the way.
No.
I'm not.
It's a really good book. But I felt like if I'm going to come out and do an Iron Fist book, I don't want to do more of the same.
Right.
And I think that I want for me the Ed Brubaker, Matt Fraction run is seminal Iron Fist run, and we're actually picking up threads from that run and from Kari Andrews' run and exploring. And I wanted to do something that felt tonally closer to that, and just to give people a little bit a more serious tale, because so there's two options for readers. But Danny's still jokey. He's always going to be jokey and stuff. So it's he's got some one-liners in there.
Okay. Now I grew up in the I'm ancient. I grew up in the 70s, and
right.
With the Bruce Lee kung fu movies, that kind of kung fu
Shaw Brothers and stuff. Like that.
Yeah. So we see any of that kind of movie sensibility reflected.
Absolutely. Actually, he
good,
goes to an island where he's fighting against 7 kung fu masters, like an island of kung fu. It's straight up Shaw Bros.
Nice.
That's the kind of the tone I wanted to go for. I growing up, I watched my dad taught karate for 30 years, and so
Well, that's perfect.
So we watch a lot of kung fu movies when I was a kid, and I had that, and I'm a huge movie guy, especially like I love like kung fu movies and a horror film guy, like cult film guy. So I wanted to sort of bring that sensibility into it. That he goes to this island, and each of the kung fu masters are named after like a different animal. They have like there's a resourceful snake. There's all these guys, and it started when I was writing as a little bit of a nod to the 5 deadly venoms.
Nice.
So definitely, like,
That's
I'm
so
all
cool.
over that. I'm all over that.
That's awesome. I'm gonna any of the supporting character we've seen in the past from Iron Fist, will they be in this?
Not in this first arc. This first arc is all fresh faces.
Excellent.
Second arc, you're going to start seeing some more familiar faces.
And you've got a Bullseye limited series coming out?
It's issue 2 just came out last Wednesday. Yeah.
So with a character like Bullseye, which everyone writes this incredibly brutal killer.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to see someone just kill everybody, but how do you find that fresh take on a character like Bullseye?
I struggled with it when they first offered it to me because, I was like thinking originally, do we want to make Bullseye sympathetic? But I feel like he's one of those, you just can't make him sympathetic. He's just a psychopath, and I just I decided for the 5 issues, it's going to be a really fun 5-issue run where we're just going to really lean into him being crazy. He's just like insane, and he's got like kind of a bloodlust. He's been off the map for nearly 10 years or something like that. Like, I don't know how long it actually is in comic book time, but like in real time, he was like paralyzed and dead, then back, and then I think he got paralyzed again, then killed. Like he's so he just wants to like shake off the ring rust a little bit and get right back into it and start offing as many people as possible. So when in this, he takes on a contract where he's like, basically, it might not be the highest paying, but it ultimately results where being able to kill as many people as possible.
They say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
So.
But a lot of like twists and turns, and as with Bullseye, like the motive is never 100% what it seems. He's always got some con going on,
Nice.
So it's a lot of fun.
Issue 1's out. Issue 2 comes out later this.
Issue 2 just came out last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday, I thought. Okay, next Wednesday.
It's a great one. I suggest people check it out. Guillermo Sana, the artist on it, is just incredible. He's just the fight scenes. I wrote some like just kick-ass fight scenes. I was really excited about it, and they came in so like I had like high expectations, and he just blew my expectations. He just nailed it so hard. It's
good.
Great.
When you write something and then the artist goes, "Here, this is what I got." It blows you away.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I think he's a dude. I think that's going to be probably a big name in comics. This is, I think, his first series. He's done a few things here and there with Marvel, but I think this is his first actual series.
So we're going to see a lot more of him.
I think so. So.
And speaking of working with people, it just got announced by Marvel. You and Mike Diodato, taking on Old Man Logan.
Yes,
that's exciting.
It is very exciting.
So what can we expect from that? That's because now with the movie out this week,
right?
That's everyone's going to run thinking that what they're going to see in the comics is what they just saw them.
So I haven't seen the movie yet. So
I haven't either. So I don't know. So I've been here doing this.
But, I think it's going to be a real like Dad Adams is a huge artist, and he does like amazing, big scenes, and so we're working on a lot of big scenes for it. It's it's Maestro versus Logan. At home, I've been calling it Grumpier Old Men 3.
Nice.
But it's just two old dudes from the future and our present going at it. There's a Hulk gang that is from the wasteland, like he originally dealt with in the original Mark Miller, Steve McNiven series, and I think it's just like going to be like crazy 6 issues. Essentially, Maestro and his whole gang shows up. Logan is now terrified that his past, our future, that he thought was no longer a possibility, is now sort of come crashing down right upon him, and he's got to sort of deal with this, and I won't give too much away, but it's pretty exciting. I'm looking at the art for the first issue.
You can tell us as much as you want.
I don't.
Just between you and I, you can spoil the whole thing. I want to know, man.
Nobody else is listening.
No one.
No, I don't want to say too much, but big things. All I promise is big things. This is super exciting. I'm a couple issues in right now, writing it, and it's been a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And introducing some new characters that we'll see. Maybe they'll stick around a little bit, but it should be fun.
I love it's like because we both want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I can't. But with so you've got Bullseye.
Yeah.
You've got Iron Fist. You've got Old Man Logan.
Yes.
That's a pretty full plate.
It is. Yeah.
Anything else to add to that?
Not at the moment. No, nothing at the moment. It's. I think I would physically break.
Yeah, I think
anything else. Usually I do a lot of creator-owned stuff, but I'm slowly working on that. But just when I find a spare minute here and there.
Right now, you've got 3 exciting series. Yeah. One is out right now, and one later on this month. And when does Old Man Logan start?
I start with issue 25, which comes out in June.
Out in June.
Yeah. Out in June. So still got a few months left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed Brisson?
I lost my voice.
No, it's all right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm looking forward to everything coming up with you.
Awesome.
I can't wait to read the Iron Fist series. So thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot.
And we will be back in just a few moments right here on Coast to Coast Comic Con.